Good morning and welcome to my channel. It's Michelle here, and I've got a reference picture that I'm going to be using from Pixabay today, and I will leave a link to that in the description down below. But that is basically my reference picture, so that you have an idea of what I'm working towards. This was my, here we go, try it out, the one I did earlier, I suppose. Um, so I think it's going to come out okay. So let me just pop that to one side as well. And this is the paper that I'm going to use today. It's 7 by 5 inches, 300 GSM, cold pressed cotton watercolor paper. And I've pulled out my travel set of Michael Harding paints that I shall be using, and I'll call out what I'm using as I use it. But I think I'm probably just going to be using Perylene Green and some yellow ochre. Yeah, that's probably all I'm going to be using, actually. Don't think I'll be using any other colours. I've got 3 brushes ready. I've got a size 12 round, a size, what's this, 6 round, and then I've got this Matthew Palmer branch and detail brush, which is like a rigger. So as long as you've got a rigger, then you'll probably be fine. My little piece of tissue at the ready. I've got my water at the ready. So let's get started. And first of all, I want to get down some of the Perylene Green, which is here. And I want that to be quite dark at the top. Especially in, it's always nice to have one corner, I think, that's quite dark. And then looking at the reference picture, you can see it kind of gets a bit lighter as it goes down. So I'm just roughly going to be doing that. And, you know, this isn't something that we need to be hugely careful about. So there we go. I've got a little bit of that green background. Now I also want to add into that some yellow ochre. So I'm going to do some splats, trying not to get my keyboard, but also I'm just going to add a bit in down the bottom here to give a little bit more of that yellowy colour down the bottom here, which I think, well, I'm just doing it my way, but that's how I'm kind of seeing it. I think we've got a lot more of it, the kind of yellow tone at the bottom there. So there we are. Let's dry that and I will come back to you. Okay, there we are. So that's that dried off. I'm just going to move my paints to the side a minute. So you can see that we've got, it's not just a nothing in the background. We've got some colours and things going on, and we've got something that's showing us a little bit of depth there as well. So I'm now going to do the bokeh or bokeh. I never know how to pronounce it. B-O-K-E-H it's spelt, because I just want to get more of this blurred out of focus bit in the background. So I'm just going to use my size 6 now, and I'm just going to do little overlapping circles here and there, quite small at the top and maybe bigger ones as we go down, just to give So you can see I've done several with my, just using water on my brush. And then I'm just going to blot that, and that gives me quite a nice bokeh or bokeh effect. I did do this before on a previous painting. It's quite a good technique if you want to get some blurred, out of focus kind of things going on in the background there. Want to kind of leave that bit quite dark, because then the whites of the cow parsley will show up quite nicely. So I'm just doing these quite randomly, to be honest. But I am trying to make some of them overlap and look quite random, quite higgledy-piggledy, I suppose. And as we go into this lighter colour, you know, it's not so obvious what we're doing, but I think it's still worth it for the effect. There we go. Right, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I just want to make sure that that is dry. So just a quick little blast there. And then I want to get in the stems of the cow parsley. So that's the next job. And for that, I'm going to use this branch and detail brush. I'm going to go back to my Caroline green and get these stalks coming up and over, and some of them going right at the top there. Making it look a bit like a tangle of cow parsley. Okay, and then we are going to need bleed proof white. There's hardly a painting that I do that doesn't have bleed proof white in it. What would I do without it? Right, so now we can just get the, oh, hold on, I've missed a bit. Oh, because we need the other parts of the, right, I'll show you what I mean. We need these bits going on for the white bits to go on to, which I almost forgot. So there we go, that's what we're doing. Okay, so we've got quite a few there. Actually, we're going to need some more down here, aren't we? Otherwise, it's going to be very going to struggle with getting our whites down the bottom here. There we go, we'll stick a few more down the bottom there. Right, now we can do our bleed proof white. So let's start at the top and work down. I'm just going to put these little white dots. So I think this is something that even a beginner can do. Don't think that there is anything that's too tricky here. I think with the background where we've added a couple of colours in, and then when we do the bokeh or bokeh effect, it layers up the background. It helps to give, you know, a nice amount of depth going on. So I rather like this effect, and I might be doing that with the next few paintings that I put up here on my channel, because I think it's an easy way to bring in, as I said, the different depths of the painting. I might try it with lots of different kind of foregrounds. If you haven't got bleed proof white, by the way, you can use white gouache. You could use white acrylic if you've got white acrylic, or white acrylic gouache. Right, now I think I want a bit more of a concentration of these, so I'm going to add the stalks afterwards, but I kind of want them to be bunched up at the front here. So at the minute I'm just doing all the little white bits. Quite randomly. And then I'm going to take some of my Caroline green and then just very lightly bring down a few extra stems here, so that there's a bit more of a concentration at the front there. I rather like that. Things never turn out exactly the same. They will always be different each time that you do them. I like this one because I think the dark background gives a good contrast, but in actual fact I think this one is where I've kept it a lot lighter at the front here. It's almost like this is the kind of grassy area, and then we're going deeper into like foresty type area. I think I prefer this one that I've done today. But which do you prefer? Will you have a go? I think it's a good skill to have. And I think it can make a big difference to what it is that we're painting, especially if we want that kind of blurry background. We don't want to be painting details in the background. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to do it as circles. You could do it as other shapes. And I'm going to be playing with that, I think, over this next week. Let me take my tape off now. Ooh, here we go. There. Because I think it's a jolly good, fun thing to practice with. And especially where we've got winter coming up and snowy scenes, I can see that if I practice this quite a bit over the next month, then I think it will be very useful for some more wintry scenes, you know, moving into sort of late November and or even middle November and December. What's happening here? There we are, found it. So there you go. Just a couple of colours, a couple of watercolours, Perylene Green and Yellow Ochre, and then some bleed proof white. And look what we've done with just those. Wow. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is a quickie, and I'm going to be doing lots more of these in different guises over this week, I think. So that's going to be my topic for the week. Enjoy. Thank you for watching and supporting me. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay calm, and I hope to see you next time.